You are the light for the whole world. God is not a secret to be kept. We are going public with this, as public as a city on a hill. And who would light a lamp and then hide it in an obscure place? It's placed where everyone in the house can benefit from its light. So shine, don't hide your light. Let your light shine before men in such a way that they may see your good deeds and moral excellence, and recognize, honor, and glorify your Father who is in heaven. By opening up to others, you prompt people to open up with God, this generous Father in heaven. To be light, you must seek first the kingdom of God. Hello you, welcome back to your favorite podcast. I know that I broke the streak. I am so sorry. I did not plan to. I did not mean to. I did not to. All the twos. I genuinely underestimated the amount of work that I had to do for that week. And it was the same week that we're having like a major event in church, and I was actively involved. Wow, not me trying to speak terrible English in the introduction of this podcast, but I was actively involved in the planning. And so the funny thing is, I have a day where I record Fridays, and I said, okay, I was going to record on Friday. I can't remember what happened that Friday, and I said, okay, cool. Saturday came, I couldn't record. Sunday was a no-go area. I said Monday, but Monday I was a shadow of myself because I was just tired. And then the whole week just went by and I wasn't able to record, and I felt really bad that I broke the streak. But we're back, and I would be on top of my recording and not underestimate, because right now this is like past 10, but I told myself I need to record, because again I wanted to be like, oh, I'll record tomorrow, but then there's midweek service tomorrow, so I'm not going to record. Or Wednesday, something might just happen on Wednesday, I don't know. Here I am. So yes, please forgive me. I know that this year I said I was going to be very consistent, and I will not break the streak again. Anyways, I hope you have been doing well. Like I said, we had a major event in church this past weekend, and I am glad that it is done and dusted. That event pushed me. You see, what is wrong with my English? Pulled me in different directions, but I'm really glad that it went well and it was a good time. But anyways, today is another podcast episode. If you're seeing my face for the first time, or if you're hearing my voice for the very first time, I am your host, Chiamaka, and you are welcome. I really hope that you're doing well. I hope that you're keeping well. Please let me know how you're doing in the comment section. Just let me know, and we can have a conversation off podcast, okay? All right, so today I'm going to be sharing something that I shared in church actually. And it's so funny that when it's just funny, God is just good. That's all I can say. And he just has a very nice sense of humor. So the title of this particular episode is The Nations Are Waiting. I don't know if I can sing that song due to copyright issues, but you know the song, do you? Da 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 da. Good. I don't know if I can sing it so that they don't flag this episode. They've never flagged me, so I don't want to give them a reason to flag me. But you know, that song is very powerful, and it's also such a timely song for the generation. But I'm just here to tell you listening to me right now, watching this video, that the nations are waiting for you. I'm just here to wake you up. This is a wake-up call that the nations are waiting. Somebody out. So let me not even put nations. Maybe you might be like, oh, that's too much. Somebody, one person, a life is waiting for you to arise. Somebody is waiting for you to get up and do that thing that God has called you to do. A life is wasting away because you have decided to stay hidden. I remember one of the episodes that we did this year, that hiding is not a strategy. You are the light for the whole world. God has called you to come outside. And the more you stay in obscurity, the more you stay in darkness, somebody's life that is tied to your obedience, that is tied to you stepping out, that is tied to you doing the thing that God has called you to do, somebody's life is wasting away. There is a message on the inside of you. There is something, there is a purpose that you need to birth. There is something on the inside of you that your world must see. And that is what this episode is going to be about. I was having a conversation one time. It wasn't really a conversation. I was just asking a couple of people, what do you think God has blessed you with? And someone said, nothing. And I said, that's a lie. That's a lie from the pit of hell, because to each and every one of us, he has given us something. He didn't bring us here on earth empty-handed. He placed something on the inside of us, something that we in turn should give back to our generation. Ephesians 2:10, I may paraphrase, but it says that we are God's masterpiece, we are God's workmanship, and he has created us to do good work. I said I was going to paraphrase. Don't judge me, okay? But it basically says that we are God's masterpiece, created for us to do the work that he has planned for us a while ago. So God did not just dump us here empty-handed. He put something on the inside of us. He gave us something for our world, something for our generation. I always like to use Pastor Kingsley Okonkwo because he is such a phenomenal person. He has been my pastor for, I think, 2018 to 2026, 8 years now. Wow, 8 years. That's crazy. I didn't even realize. And I'm just like, beyond him being a pastor, he's also a global voice when it comes to relationship and marriages. And sometimes I just sit back and I'm like, if there was no Pastor Key, if there was no LDM, if there was no Pastor Mildred, if this ministry doesn't exist, do you know the amount of marriages that would suffer today? Because right now in the world that we live in, there's so many advice, there's so many narrative about marriage, how marriage should be, how people think God said marriage should be. Just people giving advice on the internet about marriage and what you should do and what you should not do. And then sometimes I just sit back and I'm like, thank you, Jesus, for the life of Pastor Kingsley and Pastor Mildred, and for the ministry that is love, dating, and marriage. Because if there was no LDM, I just cannot fathom, because the amount of lives that have been blessed across the world, this is not even Africa, we're talking global impact. The amount of marriages that has been saved, the amount of advice, the books, the impact is just immeasurable. Now just imagine that this ministry does not exist. There will be a lot of divorces, a lot of terrible marriages, just a lot of nonsense going on in the world. But because of one man, because of a vision, a ministry was birthed. And now the lives of many people, both single, both engaged, married, divorced, like everybody, now you can go on YouTube and you have access to great relationship advice. So my question for you today is, are you aware of the life? No, let me paraphrase. Are you aware of the message that is on the inside of you that your world is waiting to hear? Because I know you might say, oh, everyone is in this space now, everyone is doing this thing now, what can I do differently? I don't think there's anything, everybody's already doing it. No. You have a uniqueness that you bring to the table. There's something unique about your delivery. There's something unique about your tone. There's something unique about your personality. There's something unique. So I want you to know and believe with me that indeed God gave you something. He placed something on the inside of you, and you're going to give account to. You are going to give account. So if you have not started using the gifts that God has given to you, today is a good day to start. If you started and then you stopped halfway, today is a good day to pick it up and continue. Let me tell you something. There's so many things that you can do in life. There's so many things that seem important, but the most important thing is doing the work of the Father. Is doing the work that God has called you to do. Every other thing is just either a distraction or just an add-on. But you must set your face like a flint, and you must do the work of your Father. Regardless, make time. And okay, let me not get ahead of myself, but first things first is that God created you with a purpose. God created you with something. He placed something on the inside of you, and the world is waiting. There is a generation, there is a community, there are people waiting for you. Trust me. There's a life attached to you, to your obedience. You need to move. There's no time. There is no time. You actually need to move. So, when we talk about the topic of purpose and, purpose, people just feel like, oh my God, purpose is just this huge. I don't know what purpose is. I don't know. I think I've talked about this on the podcast before. So let's simplify it, right? Because sometimes you're looking for that grand revelation. You're looking for something so, just something grand. But you also need to understand that purpose is birthed from service. So whatever your hands find to do, whatever your hand finds to do, do it. In the place of service, you actually discover your purpose. So rather than just loafing and just sitting by, whatever your hand finds to do, you do it. You do it. Now, you might say, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. If you stay in God, if you truly stay in God, and you also serve, you will know what you're supposed to do. It may not happen, the understanding may not come on you immediately. It might take a bit of time, but along the way, you will get clarity on what you're supposed to do. But you need to be doing something while keeping your relationship with God. So, how can you discover the things, the gifts, the talents that God has placed on the inside of you? The first thing is prayer. You have to pray. Prayer is communication with God. Ask Him, what have you put on the inside of me? Sometimes I feel like we I don't know if idolize is the word, but we have made prayer this, I'm trying to find the right word to use to describe it, but prayer is basically communication with your Father. So and I know that not a lot of people would be able to relate to this, because maybe you didn't have a good relationship with your father, or you don't have a good relationship with your father. But so let's say a friend, you have a good friend that, when you get on the phone, you guys have something to talk about. There's a gist, there's an information, there's something. And if you need something, you can always just call that person up to say, oh, I need this thing. Can you help me? Can you assist me? That is the kind of communication you should be having with your Father. You can come to Him and ask, oh, what do you need me to do? What have you placed on the inside of me? What is that thing that you want? Like, what is that thing? Okay, for example, let me give the example of Pastor K, right? And he has shared this many times. When he started LDM, he said it wasn't a grand vision. It wasn't like an angel appeared to him and said, oh, go and start this ministry. No, he was already pastoring service. He was already pastoring Davis Christian Center. He was already leading there, serving there every other week. And then every time Valentine period comes up, there was just a burden in his heart that hope these people are doing it well, hope they are making the right decision, hope they are, asking the right question. That was his burden, and he decided to act on it. But imagine that he wasn't even pastoring in the first place. He was not even serving in the first place. I don't know what would have happened, but he was serving, right? So let's go back to, I just wanted to give that example, but then let's go back to prayer. Prayer is just active communication with your Father. You telling him what you know, and it's not going in there to ask for what you want. No, because 100% of the time we go in there telling God, I want this, I want that. How about you just listen for what he wants you to do? Because he's going to tell you. So the first thing you need to do is to pray. And then the second thing is you need to ask yourself, what do I like doing? Sometimes, that's why I said sometimes it's not something. What do I like doing? What comes naturally to me? What comes easily to me? What can I do easily? Like, I don't have to think twice. If you just wake me up, I can just sing. I can sing on 10 skills. I don't know, do we have 10 skills? But you get the point. I can just, run riffs and all of that, and I can just sing. So what comes naturally to you? You need to identify that, and you need to sit down and think. And then the next thing, you serve. Service. I know a lot of people, okay, maybe not a lot, but I know some people that in the place of service, they've actually then realized, oh, I have a thing for this kind of thing, and now they're using it to make money in the world. Service. So the first thing is, God has placed something on the inside of you. You didn't come here empty. The second thing is, if you don't know it, you need to identify it. But if you know it, or if you've identified it, then you don't just stop at identifying it and going to go and sleep. You need to train it. You need to refine it. You need to refine that gift. And how do you refine it? Trainings, going for classes, taking mentorship, making sure that you use it over and over and over and over again until you become a master at it. It's like someone that have found out that they have the gift of singing, but they don't refine their voice. They don't sing often. But it's like, if you don't use your voice, the voice is not there again now. Like, it's there, but it will not be as there's a word that my husband uses. It's not coming to my head anymore. But if you get what I mean by, if you don't use it over and over again, if you don't train it, then you will not be able, you're not a master at it, basically. And then you then get to the point where you can trade it. But ultimately, your gift and your talent is to glorify God, and it's also to bless lives. Because first, it's to give glory to God, who the person that puts it on the inside of you. So that's the first thing, that you're glorifying God, the person actually gave you the gift and the talent. And how beautiful it is that the thing that God has placed on the inside of you, you are giving it back to him. And then the second thing is service. You're giving back to people. It's not really about you. Of course it will bless you, but it's not just about you. Like I said, there's a life that needs what you have. So it's first to glorify God, and then secondly is to bless people and help people. Some of the things that we enjoy today, even though some of them were not necessarily created by Christians, but we are benefiting from those things, right? So we're benefiting from these things. Let me not say those things. We're benefiting from these things. There's a lot. I can't really list them, but we are benefiting from them. And the reason we're benefiting from them is because they realized the gift that they have. They decided to work on it. You know how people are just great interior designers. Some people are great with graphics. Some people can sing. Some people can dance. And you're just thinking, I need to design my house. You call up this person. That's that person's gift. And now you're paying for their services. Do you see where I'm going? Yeah. So long and short of what I'm trying to say in this episode is that you are not useless. You are not useless. You are not empty. God put something on the inside of you. I just need you to sit down to pray and to think. And then when you identify it, actually need you to take steps towards using that gift. Now, it's possible that you may be blessed with more than one gift, more than one talent, but it doesn't make you better than somebody that has just one. It doesn't, right? It doesn't make you better. So don't feel like, oh, I have 5, so I'm superior to everybody. The one that he has given to you, use it, like max it out in the different seasons, because I've also realized that some of the gifts that you have, they will find expression in different seasons of your life. They may not find expressions at once, but in different seasons of your life, you just see that, oh, you're active. For example, I used to be a child dancer. I was very active in dancing at a very young age, and then I stopped. Not like I stopped, but then the opportunity to dance wasn't there anymore. Then I moved to singing, and then I sang, and then I left that, and now I'm more involved in administration, organization, and all the likes, right? But I can say confidently that during my dancing season, I maxed it. During my singing season, I maxed it. So the 5 talent that you have, they would find expression in different seasons of your life. What you need to do is make sure that you use it. Finish it off. Okay? The nations are waiting for you. Somebody is waiting for you. Somebody is waiting for your obedience. Somebody is waiting for you to take that step forward. And I need you to decide today that you're going to stop hiding and you're going to take that step forward. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I really hope that this prompted something on the inside of you, and this would push you to actually taking that step forward. And I pray that God gives you the grace, God gives you the strength to actually wake up, get up, and move out. You will see my face and hear my voice in the very next episode. Do have a lovely day. Bye.